Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is Aamna Shahbaz, Subject Specialist in English at Divisional Public School and College Sahiwal. We have certain objectives for comprehension. First of all, we shall be familiar with the text, then enable the students to explain the text in their own words. Later on in the vocabulary section, we have a certain objective to be familiar with new vocabulary and enable the students to use them in their own sentences. The Ransom of Red Chief. This is the fourth lesson by O. Henry, reading explanation and comprehension. Today we shall study page number 18. Before going towards page number 18, we have a summary or the recap of page 15, 16 and 17. Bill and Sam need $2,000 to buy some land. They decide to kidnap Johnny Dorset, a 10-year child of Mr. Ebenezer. Mr. Ebenezer, who is a well-known rich person in town named Summit. When Bill offers the candy to Johnny, the boy injures his head with a piece of brick. After some resistance, they succeed in putting the child in a buggy and tying him to their settlement in a cave 2 miles away. Sam goes back to town to return the buggy to its owner. The old Dorset's boy gives tough time to Bill. Bill feels himself in trouble. Now turn to page 18. Reading and explanation. Paragraph 1, page 18. I'll be back sometime this afternoon, says I. You must keep the boy amused till I return, and let's write the letter to old Dorset. In this slide of page 18, we can see the meaning of amused has been used in a sense delighted and cheered. Here we have a question. What time of the day is it in the text? Reading and explanation, paragraph 2, page 18. Bill and I wrote it while Red Chief strutted up and down, guarding the mouth of the cave. Bill begged me tearfully to make the ransom $1,500 instead of $2,000. Here we shall see the meaning of tearfully and guarding. By tearfully we mean crying in tears. By guarding we mean protecting or saving something. Now look at the question and try to find out the answer. Why does Bill want to reduce the ransom? Do you have 1 minute to think? Now let's move towards paragraph number 3. Paragraph 3, page 18. Now we shall read the letter which Bill and Sam have written to Ebenezer Dorset. Ebenezer Dorset, we have your boy. It is useless for anyone to attempt to find him. We will only return him if you meet these terms. We demand $1,500 in large bills for his return. The money to be left at midnight tonight at the same spot and in the same box as your reply. As laundry. If you agree to these terms, send your messenger tonight at 8:30 tonight. If you attempt any trickery, you will never receive your boy again. If you pay the money, he will be returned as safe and well. These terms are final, and if you do not accede to them, no further communication will be attempted. Now we have word meaning. Trickery, deceit, fraud. Messenger, one who carries the message. Desperate, hopeless. You will see the letter has been written by 2 desperate men. And who are these 2 desperate men? Yes, definitely Bill and Sam. Reading an explanation of paragraph 4, page 18. I walked to Poplar Cove and sat around the post office store, chatting to customers. One guy says that he hears Summit is all set up on account of Elder Dorset's boy having been lost or stolen. That was all I wanted to know. I posted my letter surreptitiously and came away. When I got back to the cave, Bill and the boy were not to be found, so Here we have the meaning of on account of. You may see this underlined word in the second line, the end of the second line, on account of. We write the meaning of because of or by the reason of on the book. Then we have this highlighted and underlined word surreptitiously in the 4th line of the paragraph. Now surreptitiously we mean secretly. The question is, what are the fox talking about? Here by fox we mean customers. You have 1 minute to think of the answer silently. Reading an explanation of paragraph 5 and 6 from page 18. Half an hour later, Bill appeared out of the bushes. Behind him was the kid, stepping softly like a scout, with a broad grin on his face. Bill stopped, took off his hat, and wiped his face with a red handkerchief. The kid stopped about 8 feet behind him. Sam, says Bill, I'm sorry, but the boy is gone. I have sent him home. I have been subjugated to such an awful tortures. I reached my limit. Now we shall see the meaning of some words. Grin. In the second line, the underlined word is grin, and the meaning of grin is smile. Subjugated. In the last line, there we see subjugated. That means defeat. Here we have the third underlined word in the last line, tortures, which means abuse, mistreat. Now you have 1 minute to read the paragraph silently. Look at the question. What does Bill think he has done? After you have read the paragraph silently, think of it deeply and try to figure out the answer. What does Bill think he has done? You have 1 minute to think of it. Now we have the second question. What do we, the readers, know that Bill doesn't? There are 2 questions. What does Bill think that he has done? That he has sent the boy home or not? And the second question is, do we, the readers, know that Bill doesn't? Now it's the time for the reading and explanation of paragraph 7 from page 18. I was roared. Again you will see incorrect grammar. I was roared. Like a horse, says Bill. Then I was given oats. Sand ain't edible. I tell you, Sam, a human can only stand so much. I takes, again the wrong grammar we can see, I takes him down the mountain. On the way he kicks and bites. But he's gone home. I showed him the way. I'm sorry, we lose the ransom. But it was either he or me. To the madhouse. Bill says I have a look behind you. In the first line, in the opening of the first line of the paragraph, and in the second sentence of the second line, you will see the use of wrong grammar. Now we shall see the meaning of the paragraph. Edible matlab. Now we shall see the meaning of the underlined word edible. It means eatable. It's your turn now to look at the paragraph and read it silently for 1 minute. Now look at the question. Describe the situation of Bill in your own words. How does Bill feel like? Without ignoring the wrong use of grammar by the writer. The writer has intentionally used some wrong grammar. Reading an explanation, paragraph 8, page 18. Bill turns and sees the boy and loses his complexion and sits down. For an hour I was afraid for his mind, and then I reminded him that we could get the ransom and be off with it by the midnight if old Dorset paid up. So Bill braced himself. Now we shall see the meaning of the underlined words. Loses his complexion means faints, discolors, turns pale. Afraid, frightened. By reminded we mean recalled. And by braced we mean gathered up himself. Encouraged himself. Students, now it is your turn to understand the paragraph silently for 1 minute and then look at the question. Why does Bill lost his complexion? Hopefully you have made your answer. Now it's your turn to move towards the next paragraph. Reading an explanation, paragraph 9, page 18. This was my scheme for collecting the ransom without being caught. The tree under which the answer and later the money was to be left was a wide open area. If any police came, I would see them a mile off. At 8:30, I was well hidden in the tree, waiting. Here we have the meaning of the important words like scheme, plan, and idea. You may write the meaning of the word on the book. Well, the question arises, what was Sam's scheme for collecting ransom? Now you have 1 minute to figure out the answer from the paragraph. After you are done by reading and writing the meaning of the important words on your page 18, on the page 18 of your book, now we have certain activities to do as homework. Comprehension questions. Homework. Task 1. In the task 1, you are supposed to do write answers of the given questions in your notebook. Question 1. What is the time of the day when Sam and Bill plan to write the letter? Why does Bill want to reduce the ransom? Describe the situation of the bill in your own words. What was Sam's scheme for collecting ransom? Multiple choice questions. Homework. Task 2. Choose the correct option. Bill appeared out of the... Here we have four choices. Bushes, mountain, tree, handkerchief. I walked to the popular dash. There are 4 choices. Cave, curve, club, den. I dashed my letter surreptitiously. Posted, received, wrote, read. Ebenezer Dorset was a dash of Red Chief. Father, grandfather, manager to Dorset, distant relative. Who is dash Red Chief? Bill Driscoll, Sam, Old Dorset, kidnapped boy. Task 3 for students. Find out 10 adjectives from the unit and use them in sentences. That's all. Thank you.